One of the hardest things to get used to in going back into the workforce is balancing my time between my job and my home, and feeling pulled in different directions. One of my favorite things to do here at my home is to make sourdough bread. And I think one of the reason it's one of my favorite things is because I lived a gluten-free lifestyle for about 12 years, and that left something to be desired. And so being able to eat real bread, nutritious bread that I mill myself, is really important. And it is something that I enjoy doing, just like I enjoy my garden. Matter of fact, these are the last of my radishes from my fall and winter garden. And I'm just, this is the rub. It's just having time and to make your home, and time to be a good wife and still a good mother and a good employee. And of course, I come from things from a spiritual sense. I am a believer in the Lord Jesus Christ, and I try to do everything unto Him. I try to do that not in my own strength, but in His strength. And I feel like that has been so much harder to balance in this season of my life. And I remember early on as a young mom, it was hard for me to balance when I came home to be with my kids. And you may think, oh, you were lucky. And oh, yeah, that sounds like that's real hard. But it was. It was difficult to go from being a working mom with young children to a stay at home mom. And even though I stayed at home with my kids, I still pretty much worked the majority of the next 25 years. I just worked part time in school, revolving around my kids and their schedules and the schools they went to, and it worked. And there was stress in that, and that's how I feel that I have come to that place again. And I'm trying to figure out how can I still be a good homemaker and do the things that I know are good for us and that I enjoy doing, but that I I can have a moment, because sometimes I just need a moment. I'm wore out. I'm tired, and I feel like my cup is empty, and I don't have anything to pour out, and that's not a good feeling. And so that's usually when I know I am trying to rely in my own strength and not the strength of the Lord. And so I got up early this morning and I milled my dough, and I did a shaggy dough that I could just throw together really quickly and leave it and go to work and work I think I was gone for probably about 7 hours this day. And when I came home, I changed my clothes and I started working on my dinner. And my dinner was going to be a chicken tortilla soup, which I actually made for my senior center for a chopped challenge. And I have a video about that and the recipe, and I can link all that in the description if you're interested in it. It's a pretty good recipe, and my kids like it and we like it. And so I wanted to have that with some sourdough bread and a salad. I really needed to use up that onion that had came out of my garden. We've been eating our onions that I grew, and my radishes that I grew, and even some of the salad greens that I grew. And so when that food is coming out, I'm desperately trying to use it and to be a good steward of it. I've been blessed with it and I don't want to waste it. And and then at that point, I went ahead and I baked up my shaggy sourdough bread. It really was nothing fancy, and but it was quite delicious. And I was so thankful that I was able to accomplish this in the work week. And that doesn't always happen. Some days I am tireder than others, and I am always now looking for ways that not necessarily to take shortcuts, but how can I still have nutritious food, but have tools and things in place to help me utilize whether it's milling my grains or in my garden. So one of the things I've done with my garden this year is we've actually consolidated to one garden instead of two. I've actually gotten rid of a lot of my beds. When we started taking the front garden out, a lot of the beds had rotted and they were just pickets, and I've let them go. I don't have to have all of those beds, and so I've let those things go so that I can still enjoy my garden, and it can be a little bit more of a manageable piece for me in this season of life. And I'm sure that I'm going to feel stressed and all the things when everything starts coming out, as we did a lot of planting this past weekend in that garden and putting in lots of seeds. And as I went out this evening to go check on them, and I can see they're breaking through the beautiful soil we have, and my heart is full, and I'm thankful and I'm grateful. And so the other way that I'm trying to do it with my sourdough bread is I purchased a new tool, and you'll be seeing that in an upcoming video, that is helping me get real bread on the table each day. So I don't have to buy it from the store, and I know that we are nourished. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.